What is going on, guys? Liza over here at Pantry Creations Farm. Welcome back to my channel. We are just farming around the yard today, and I figured I was going to take you guys along and show you what's been going on at the homestead. Some projects we have underway and a couple we have just completed. Morning! Where were you? Following me? We started homesteading about 3 years ago, and kind of because we are a fish and aquatic plant farm and we had a lot of fish waste, and I like to recycle the water for the garden. And so our garden, after 7 years of amendments, the soil was just gorgeous, and it was time to really start growing our own food. Here is this year's garden. Try to do it different every year. And it's produced a lot for us. Harvested a ton of stuff from here, and that's another thing we're going to be focusing on today. I'm actually going to get these dead sunflowers out of here. It's making squirrels come to the garden, and they are eating a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to try to get that out of here. And then some weeding. I'm going to pick some weeds because I'm going to throw them in as bedding for the baby turkeys. I have been hearing a turkey in this front part of the greenhouse for a couple days, and I kind of wrote it off as a frog. They do sound pretty similar. But when we investigated this morning, look at what we found. And the greenhouse is actually a really good place for her to do a nest because it's so hot. She probably doesn't need to sit on it much. Later on tonight, we're going to get in here, get this cucumber ripped out, and do a final planting in here for the fall garden and some stuff that we can keep over winter. We actually do aquatic plants, and in the fall, I get some ducks to come back in here, and we raise them for meat. But they help us clean this place out. And they eat all the duckweed and lots of water hyacinth and all the plants that we have to cut back anyway. Back in this little nook, I am here behind the chicken coop where we have our bees up top. But in this little nook, I've got some chickens that live in here that my friend gave me. We've got the tomato garden, which used to be where we keep the goats. The new barn. And there has been an addition onto the new barn. And that is a water catch, a gutter with a water catch. And I'm actually just gonna move their water bowl over to here. So it'll be super easy to refill water. We won't have to use hoses anymore. She's our friendliest chicken. She was letting me pet her. Not so much anymore. Here's a great homestead tool. Grab her arm for all the short buildings. You have to crawl in there to get the eggs. We have all the sheep separated. We've got this mom in here with her baby because this little girl is too young to get bred this season. Think about letting you out today, beautiful. You want to come out? Okay, enough about the animals, although those are the best pantry staple that you can actually have. It's time to talk about food and why it's great to be growing your own. Number one, you can control the ingredients that you have in it. Number two, you don't have to deal with supply and demand issues. The third reason is you can tailor it right to specifically what you want. Don't be fooled, it's like a part-time job at certain times of the year. Some of it's not the prettiest, but it sure is tasty. Even if you're not looking to homestead, this is actually a great time to grab some seeds to start a garden for next year. And you can just seed save from it, even if it's just growing things out for seed and then saving the seeds. That way you learn how they grow and stuff like that. So I was down here putting some ketchup back on our shelf that I made with our cherry tomatoes. And I just wanted to get this filled up, and I figured I would take you guys down here, just one of today's activities, because we have another canning project happening later, and that is pressure canning potatoes. So I'm just trying to get stuff in here that I know that we'll use. And like we didn't use the potatoes up, and I'm about to go grocery shopping again. So a good way to build some back stock is just go ahead and get them preserved and then buy new potatoes when I go to the store. Short video for you today. So I hope you guys enjoyed your morning at the farm and come back to the homestead sometime soon. We have some canning classes, watercolor workshops, a morning meditation planned, and lots of stuff. If you're in Connecticut, we're open weekends 10 to 5, May to December, and you can make an appointment for during the week. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and tune in for the next one because we're going to be talking about how we use some of this food.